WNBA star Angel Reese has nothing but praise for Anissa Morrow, who may soon join forces with Caitlin Clark at the Indiana Fever. Morrow, 21, is currently shining at LSU, joined Reese's college team a month after Bayou Barbie led her squad to NCAA glory against Clark's Iowa last year. The WNBA prospect is tearing up the court this season, with LSU maintaining a perfect 6-0 record while she averages 18 points and 13 rebounds per game. With the 2025 WNBA draft approaching next April, the Fever are sitting on the 8th pick, and ESPN's Michael Voepel anticipates they'll snag Morrow. The forward, who is often compared to Chicago Sky talisman Reese, has been highlighted for her scoring and rebounding prowess, though there are questions about her size and ideal WNBA position, not to mention her less than impressive three-point accuracy. Morrow has been an exceptional scorer and rebounder in her college career, which started at DePaul and will finish at LSU, said Voepel. But there is concern about her size and what her most effective position will be in the WNBA. Plus, she has shot 24.3% from three-point range in college. Despite these concerns, he sees great potential in Morrow as someone who can move swiftly across the court and become another beneficiary of Caitlin Clark's assists. Reese, one of Morrow's staunchest supporters, last year called for greater recognition of her skills. "Me and Nice work hard every single day. I can't do my job without Anissa," said Reese of their synergy during her final season at LSU. "So understanding, like, everybody gives me the praise, but you've got to give Anissa the praise for the things that she does, too. She does a lot of great things that I don't do. So, I just don't want to always get all the praise, like giving Anissa her props and giving her flowers. She's one of the top guards in the country. I don't want this to always be on me. I don't get the player of the year without Anissa. I don't get my rebounds without Anissa. I don't score without Anissa. So coaches, yeah, y'all can give me my props, but we are both players of the year at this point. Period." Morrow has been a powerhouse in rebounds during LSU's last 4 wins. With that in mind, she shared her ambitions for this season as LSU sets its sights on clinching another championship. "I, of course, want to continue to get my double-doubles, defensively and offensively," said Morrow. "I do have a goal to potentially break the record in steals. I came so close to that last year. Also, just being able to stay consistent. I feel like my whole career that is what I pride myself on, that consistency and being able to rebound the ball and score offensively. I also do not want to just be a shot taker, but a shot maker." Teehee intrigue revolves around the Unrivaled, a new 3v3 women's basketball league. The league, co-founded by Brianna Stewart and Nafisa Collier, has already drawn many of the top names in women's basketball. However, 2 notable stars, Caitlin Clark and A'ja Wilson, have yet to commit, leaving fans speculating and frustrated by the league's cryptic marketing strategies. The Unrivaled recently announced its roster selection in a peculiar 22-minute video, fueling speculation. Why 22 minutes? Fans were quick to note that both Clark and Wilson wear the number 22. This subtle connection led many to wonder if the announcement hinted at their participation. Adding to the mystery, the league listed 2 players on the roster as wild cards, keeping their identities a secret. Fans reacted strongly, with some accusing the league of creating hype to make it seem as though Caitlin Clark might join. The reactions ranged from playful memes to outright criticism, with one fan jokingly depicting Clark throwing her metaphorical invitation from Unrivaled into a body of water. Despite the league's apparent interest, Caitlin Clark has shown no immediate plans to join the Unrivaled. Instead, she seems to be focusing on her WNBA career with the Indiana Fever. Clark has also been spotted participating in golf pro-am events, suggesting that her priorities lie elsewhere for now. Fans have noticed her busy schedule and questioned whether the league's efforts to bring her on board are even realistic. Many fans expressed their dissatisfaction with the Unrivaled's marketing tactics. One fan speculated that the league might announce A'ja Wilson's participation simultaneously to soften the blow if Clark doesn't join. Others felt the wild cards gimmick was more frustrating than exciting, especially as there's no official word from Clark or Wilson. While Caitlin Clark remains focused on the WNBA, her involvement in the Unrivaled is still a possibility, especially with major sponsors like State Farm reportedly entering the mix. Whether the league can eventually convince Clark to join remains uncertain. For now, fans are left guessing, and the suspense only adds to the buzz surrounding women's basketball. This situation highlights the rising popularity of women's basketball and how leagues like the Unrivaled are leveraging star power to capture attention. However, as this case shows, there's a fine line between building suspense and alienating fans. Caitlin Clark and Wilson have released a new basketball honoring her groundbreaking 2024 rookie season. Dubbed the Season to Remember, the ball honors Clark's game-changing first year in the WNBA by highlighting some of her most iconic achievements from her debut. Per Wilson, the ball is brought to life through intricate hand-sketched artwork that not only commemorates her record-breaking and milestone moments, but also pays tribute to the countless additional accomplishments that couldn't fit on the basketball court. The basketball itself features a composite leather cover with composite pebble channels dispersed throughout, and is the latest release in Clark's partnership with the brand. According to Wilson, the Caitlin Clark A Season to Remember basketball is an exclusive product that is only available by way of a drawing. The draw closes on Sunday, November 24th at 10 p.m. CST. Buyers who are selected to receive the ball will receive an email notifying them if they were selected within 24 to 48 hours of the draw entry period closing. Clark averaged 19.2 points, 8.4 assists, 5.7 rebounds and 1.33 steals during her rookie campaign, which also saw her named the Associated Press's 2024 Rookie of the Year. Team USA executives who made the decision not to include Caitlin Clark on the Olympic roster don't need to be fired or suspended, but rather they all need to answer the question, who do you think you are? The decision to exclude the most popular women's basketball player ever from these Olympic Games is rooted in misplaced, self-important arrogance from a collection of professionals who forgot, or refused to accept, they're a sales staff. That while they do the same job as the men, it's not the same. Please take all but it's not fair arguments and dump them into the same. The decision to keep Clark back in America rather than put her on the team in Paris is playing out to be biggest blown layup in the history of women's basketball. The Olympics are in their second week, and Team USA's women's basketball team is rolling toward another gold medal in blowout games that are watched by family and friends of players. Nothing short of a Martian executing a triple flip from atop the Eiffel Tower will supplant Simone Biles and Noah Lyles in these games, but Team USA denied itself a chance to be a part of the fun by leaving Clark off the team. These Olympics could have been an Oppenheimer blast to women's basketball and continued the momentum it's created in the last 2 years. Instead, these Olympics are a dead period to the sport. As someone who worked for 5 years promoting women's basketball on the collegiate level, watching these Olympics without Clark is insulting to all of the people who have, and do, bang this drum. Even if Team USA wins gold by 185 points a game, they blew it. No one is talking about Team USA's women's basketball team because there is no Caitlin. The end. It would be one thing if Clark was some Bill Veeck-created clown, and her spot on a roster would embarrass a team. But Clark will likely be named the WNBA's Rookie of the Year, barely over Chicago's Angel Reese. If you care about this sport, or wanted to watch Clark, point your frustration at Dawn Staley, Simone Augustus, Delisha Milton-Jones, Jennifer Rosati, and Bethany Donovan. They are the people who picked the players for Paris. You might know Staley, the current head coach at South Carolina. The rest you will know only if you are a follower of women's basketball. Staley told NBC's Mike Tirico before the start of these Olympics, if we had to do it all over again, the way that she's playing, she would be in really high consideration of making the team because she is playing head and shoulders above a lot of people. Shooting the ball extremely well, I mean she is an elite passer, she's just got a great basketball IQ, and she's a little more seasoned in the pro game than she was 2 months ago. That's regret. It's also a lame way to defend the dumb decision when the team was announced 2 months ago. Staley, whose South Carolina team defeated Clark's Iowa Hawkeyes in the NCAA title game this spring, has previously credited Clark as the single biggest reason why women's basketball has enjoyed this current growth spurt. Everyone on the selection committee failed to realize where they are, that they're not as important as they think. That their responsibility is to assemble a team that will continue America's absurd run of dominance in women's basketball, but in there is the task to sell a game that still needs selling. All of these new people watching women's basketball are tuning for the same reason a host of people who never cared about golf watched more than 20 years ago when Tiger Woods started his pro career. If a bunch of women's basketball coaches and players are upset or jealous of the attention Clark is receiving despite not having a long resume, get over it. And get over yourselves. This isn't about you. Golfers were smart enough to recognize that even if Tiger Woods won the tournament, they won, too. NASCAR drivers felt the same way about Dale Jr. and Tony Stewart. In the early 80s, NBA players got over it when Magic Johnson and Larry Bird entered the league. This is about a sport that is only now out of the crawling phase. The people who made this decision fooled themselves into think they're running on their own when they're not there yet. Team USA will win another gold medal in women's basketball, an accomplishment that deserves to be celebrated. And during the celebration they may notice that the blew the layup.